We'll start again. Okay, so as I said, setup, very, very good. Club position now, ball position, body alignment, excellent, okay? In terms of the swing now, as you go back, the club itself goes back nicely on the target line there. And in this case, this is the sort of, there you go, nicely back on the target line. So your hands now, and you can see the club, hands and arms all nicely underneath each other. They're not out here somewhere. Now, when you hit the golf on the left-hand side one, as you'll see, top of the backswing, okay? Right shoulder now coming forward, so the shoulder now is going this way, tipping the club further and further. The club now, the hands are actually working in this direction, kind of out towards the golf ball, creating the club now at this position, sort of halfway down, outside a long way from the hands, okay? Now, as we said, when I positioned you in that spot there and hit the golf ball from here, I think you barely made contact and we sort of topped it, okay? When the club was kind of working back down to this position, at least now it's got a chance to come back to the ball with some kind of sort of consistency. And like I say, you're always going to be slightly across the line, but slightly is okay. There's a window of being kind of a bit inside, a bit outside, or being straight, absolutely fine. Yeah. It's when you're coming from kind of such an extreme angle that you're just hitting the golf with a glancing blow. So what we try and do in practice is sort of swing to here, let the arms just drop to the club. Now you can see they're working down, the hands are working down. The club now working back through your right shoulder, nicely through your right forearm now as we see, and back in line, coming in from this direction into the golf ball, okay? That sort of pane of glass thing we discussed here. If you were here, your club now has gone, and even your hands are going through it. You certainly would be, yeah, giving Cleveland windows a ring quickly, okay? So now when the shot gets here now with the ball, as I said, we'd expect the club to be slightly outside, which is absolutely fine. Top of the batch in there, shoulder working a little bit quieter. The hands now, there's the club. The club now at this point is here relative to where it was over there. Now the one you just hit where you said I felt completely as if I kept my right shoulder back, what you actually did was you just swung so far behind yourself you could actually get back to the golf ball, and although your right shoulder stayed back, the club just couldn't even get back to the golf ball. So we don't want to try and adjust or manipulate the backswing too much, because your backswing, and as I said before, your backswing for the most part, man, even when you swing over the top, the club goes back on some good lines here, really, really nice movement there with the hands working back into your torso there, and the club staying outside the hands, and a nice sort of hinge of the wrist. This movement here is lovely. If we can do that and then that, that'd be lovely. We just reverse your downswing, but what happens to try and create power, whoop, that shoulder, that starts coming in, and it's that hitting of the right shoulder. Now, because the shoulder has gone back here, yes, it has to kind of come back to impact, but if you can let the arms sort of feel as though they're coming down first, at least then the club can start working more into kind of this position as opposed to where you get it to and into that position. From there, you're going to struggle. I mean, if we can get that, we would say there would be kind of ideal with a club head here. There's where you are, that's good. There's where you were, and it's just, it's too tough. You've got about a foot of window you can sort of swing that club along, roughly speaking. If your club gets a bit on the inside or square a bit on the outside, you will hit shots in accordance with that being a bit of a draw or a fade or a straight. If you're coming from that far outside the line, making even a cleanest of contact is going to be one in 10 maybe, 1 in 5 if you're lucky. And again, it's 1 in 4 or 5 on here when there's no other variable. Every shot's the same. The same club, flat lie, flat screen, alignments are guaranteed, no consequence. And after every single shot being hit quite quickly, you can do it. I always try, and it'd be interesting now we hit this shot, we had a sort of 3, 4, 5 minute chat. When you go back in again to hit the next shot, maybe with a different golf club, what is the quality of the strike? Because that is what golf is all about. Hitting shots, giving yourself a break, hit more shots, give yourself a break. Because if you just go bang, 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 eventually you'll find a good strike. But you found it just by reacting to the 10th or 15th shot you've hit.
I wouldn't really be able to explain why.
Exactly. And you wouldn't have the feeling as such. You say, that one felt better, but go on the golf course, you're on my swing today, I'm going to feel better. Well, okay, great. Well, what's that feeling? If I said, okay, I'm going to feel the shoulder working a bit less, or the club doing this or this or this, that would then make sense. But to say I'm just going to feel better is not really going to be a measurable thing we can look at. So, right, whatever club that was, let's go to a different club then, and we can see how good the strike's going to be, okay?